Welcome to Rewatch and Rank. On this channel, we rewatch older TV shows, provide a summary and opinion on the episode before ranking each episode against each other. Today's episode is Naruto Prologue - Land of Waves Arc, Episode 17, White Past, Hidden Ambition. Episode in a nutshell is a brief reminder of what happened in the episode. So in this episode, it picks up where the last one left off. Naruto has released part of the seal on the QB, and as a result of that, he has massive chakra, but also animalistic type behavior, and he basically defeats Haku with pure chakra. His chakra, when he's hit with Senbon, it just immediately shoots them out of his flesh. He's able to keep up with his speed. He then is able to basically punch Haku directly through the ice mirrors, shattering them, which breaks the mask, and this is when Naruto freezes because he recognizes Haku from the forest and does not want to kill him because he was nice to him. And they had that conversation in the woods, and Naruto's like, I can't believe Zabuza's your important person, like, this guy's crap. He works for thugs, what are you doing? And Haku then goes into his backstory where he was born in the land of water, and there was a civil war where those with Kekkei Genkai were persecuted because they were used in the war for their powers, which were very strong, but once the war had finished, those same strong powers that were considered valuable were now considered a potential threat to lasting peace, and therefore they were hunted down, killed, and Haku's mother went into hiding and she married a farmer. Haku grew up with the farmer, however, when he discovers his Kekkei Genkai powers, he shows his mom because he thinks it's so cool. She gets angry and beats him, and his dad happens to find out about it and see it and find out, and he ends up killing his mother while then trying to kill Haku afterwards. Haku, self-defense mechanism, his Kekkei Genkai basically shoots a bunch of large ice spears that end up impaling everything in the house and kills his father. He then ends up a street kid, and that is where he meets Zabuza. And Zabuza finds him starving on the bridge and basically is like, you know what, nobody needs you. You're a trash kid. How about you come be my tool, my weapon? And they then start traveling together. It's then revealed that Zabuza's does show some affection to Haku throughout time. We see that in a few flashbacks. And we also learn that Zabuza left the Land of Water becoming a rogue ninja with the intention of building up his reputation to eventually come back and rule over the Land of Water and I guess put an end to the Kekkei Genkai huntings since he seems to not have a problem with them. Either way, because he left, he becomes a rogue ninja. Haku is his sidekick and weapon and goes with him, and that is how they eventually found themselves in this Land of Waves, working for Gato. And Haku, now that he has been defeated by Naruto and knows that he cannot win against Naruto, feels that he is no longer useful as a tool and so asks Naruto to kill him. Naruto is reluctant, but Haku is insistent, and that is where this episode leaves us, with Haku asking Naruto to kill him. While all this is going on in the flashbacks and everything, Kakashi and Zabuza restart their fight, having felt the seal starting to break or loosen on Naruto. Kakashi decides he has to speed things up, no more time for gossiping. They gotta actually fight now, and he summons his hounds, Pakkun and the rest of the pack, to find Zabuza in the mist based on the scent of blood that's on Zabuza from when he ended up cutting Kakashi. They then hold him in place while Kakashi lights up his Raikiri to go against Zabuza, and that is where the episode leaves this cliffhanger on their fight, is with, the Raikiri in Kakashi's hand and him about to use it on Zabuza trapped by dogs. So now that we have been reminded about what happened in this episode, it's time to rank the episode first on the mostly objective ranking list, which uses set values to determine the score, followed by the personal ranking list. And we start with our single arc main character development, and that is, of course, the flashbacks, backstory of Haku and Zabuza. So you got, like Haku's childhood, Haku and Zabuza's first meeting, Zabuza's revelation of his ambition to Haku, and then we have the single arc main character growth, which is Haku using his shattering ice spear. That's what the internet called it at any rate. But that's essentially all those big giant spikes that come out of the farmhouse when Haku is attacked by his father. And that's worth 2 points each. Then we have the multi-arc supporting character introduction, which of course is Pakken and the rest of the pack. Because Pakken's the only one who can actually talk, I'm counting him as like the genuine character. The rest of the pack, they do all have names, but they don't speak, so I'm considering them the pack as a whole, alongside like it's Pakken and his pack, but their names are Akino, Bisque, Bull, Guruko, Shiba, Yuhei, and Urushi. Um, those are all the dogs. There were 3 points. And then we have our multi-arc main character growth, which of course is Kakashi using the summoning earth-style tracking fang technique, which is what summons his pack. And then the Raikiri, which of course is his version of the Chidori, which is, his visible chakra that looks kind of like lightning in his palm. And he hasn't actually technically used that one, but he's started it. He's holding it in his hand, but he hasn't attacked with it yet. But I'm still counting this as its introduction episode because he does have it in his hand. Either way, all of those together do take us above 10, and there were no negatives in my opinion in this episode. I mean, I guess killing your family on the part of like Haku's father, but Haku's father wasn't even worth points, doesn't even have a name, so honorable mention on that one. And even if I did take those points, it still wouldn't be enough to bring it below 10. So regardless, it is a 10 out of 10 episode. And that brings us to our mostly objective ranking. And when more than one episode has the same score, we rank it in episode order. But it starts with in first enter Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke and Sakura, friends or foes. You failed Kakashi's final decision, a dangerous mission, journey to the land of waves, the assassin of the mist, the oath of pain, the broken seal. This episode comes in 8th place. White past, hidden ambition. Then we have Kakashi Sharingan warrior. My name is Konohamaru, the forest of chakra. Pass or fail, survival test. Battle on the bridge, Zabuza returns. Haku secret jutsu, demonic mirroring ice crystals. The land where a hero once lived. The number 1 hyperactive knuckle-headed ninja joins the fight, and zero visibility, the Sharingan shatters, is in last place so far. Bringing us to my personal ranking, and I personally liked this episode. Go figure. We got basically the conclusion of Naruto's... Oh, I forgot to put in the mostly objective ranking, but yeah, resolved battle, Naruto versus Haku, or Naruto and Sasuke versus Haku completed. Totally forgot about that at the time though. But we're still above 10 because that's adding points. So again, it doesn't impact the score. Just keep in mind that should have been noted and I completely forgot until just now. And I could technically go back and edit, but I do these videos all in one shot and I don't actually know how to edit videos. So that's not going to happen, but resolved battle in this episode. Anyways, back to the personal ranking. Liked the battle. I always find Naruto's power boost when he uses Kyuubi's chakra to be pretty fun, and the kind of animalistic nature, the way that it was drawn to kind of, when it was in black and white, it was like very spikily, like it was drawn with a lot of spiky lines, and then when it was in color, it kind of looked almost like a heat mirage. was happening, and I thought that was a pretty cool effect that they got with the drawing. Um, how easy it was once he got this boost to defeat Haku. We also then got to learn more about the backstory of these characters. We got to learn all about Haku's tragic past, why he's so damaged and following Zabuza with such intense loyalty, despite the fact that Zabuza just objectively isn't a great person. Though, to be honest, it also kind of gives a little bit more sympathy for Zabuza because, he took in this child off the streets, trained him up, didn't hold a prejudice where other people did, but did call him his tool, call him his weapon. But then we also see in like one of the flashbacks where, Haku finds a little bunny and he brings it over to show Zabuza because he's so excited about it, and Zabuza just like ruffles his hair. So obviously there were some like, moments of affection in there as well. So it does make Zabuza seem like a little bit less of a like a bad person. And, he ultimately disagrees with what his country is doing, which is why he becomes a rogue ninja. And he plans, at least it's stated in the episode, he plans to eventually come back and rule over that country to change what is wrong with it, which is a huge ambition, but also not a bad one when the country itself is, you know, not a great country, not doing great things. So I do think that was really good world building, or character building, I should say. And then Zabuza and Kakashi's fight, obviously, Kakashi reveals that he has the dogs, and before he summons the dogs, he does like this like ribbon dance with the scroll. It looks like rhythmic gymnastics when they do like the ribbon. That's what it looked like he was doing with the scroll, which I thought was okay, kind of funny, but also very interesting. And then, he summons all of his dogs, so we get to see that his pack is made up of a variety of different breeds of dogs. And they capture Zabuza, who thinks he can't do anything because of the mist, but then jokes on him. Kakashi's been playing the long game and let him injure him earlier so his blood would be on him so the dogs could track him through the mist. And then, of course, the Raikiri and Shidori that is awesome looking, like it sounds like birds or lightning, and it looks like lightning in the palm of the hand, and I think that it's a very cool visual for the power. I didn't enjoy though. What I didn't enjoy was Haku trying to get Naruto to kill him because, they're ninja. Yes, they're gonna have to kill people eventually, but like Naruto is a child at this point. Like, I know they're considered adults when they pass and become shinobi, but like how old are they? I don't remember. I don't remember if it said anywhere how old they were, but like I feel like it's probably somewhere in the realm of like 12, maybe 13. I don't know, it's a young age. Like he's very young. So to be like kill me, and especially after you have this moment of gaining his sympathy, telling him your sob story, to humanize yourself to him, the fact that he already didn't want to kill you and stopped his attack because of the conversation you'd had in the woods, now you're trying to force him to kill you. I feel like that's just cruel. That has a certain level of cruelty to it. And I'm not overly fond of that cruelty, but again, Naruto is a shinobi. Anyone who is a shinobi probably has the understanding that eventually they're going to have to kill somebody, because I don't think you could go your entire career as a ninja and not kill a single person. Like, that's unrealistic. Absolutely not going to happen. So, on the one hand, yes, it's part of his job to kill the bad guy, but again, like, he's humanized. Like, Haku has gone through the trouble of, you know, having a meaningful conversation with Naruto, humanizing himself by telling his backstory, telling Naruto, all of his tragic past and what happened to him, how he feels about Zabuza, etc., etc., which is, of course, with Naruto being Naruto, he'll probably see some parallels to how he was treated growing up, and, you know, I think it's just going to make him not want to kill him more, that he's trying to make himself so empathetic or worthy of sympathy. And so, not a fan of that part, but overall I gave it a 9 out of 10 because otherwise I thought it was a really good and entertaining episode and visually engaging episode. Which then brings my personal rankings to in first, The Broken Seal, followed by this episode in second, White Past, Hidden Ambition, then The Oath of Pain, A Dangerous Mission, Journey to the Land of Waves, My Name is Konohamaru, The Assassin of the Mist, Pass or Fail Survival Test, Enter, Naruto Uzumaki, You Failed, Kakashi's Final Decision, Sasuke and Sakura, Friends or Foes, Zero Visibility, The Sharingan, Shatters, Kakashi Sharingan Warrior, the #1 hyperactive knuckle-headed ninja joins the fight, Haku's secret jutsu demonic mirroring ice crystals, Battle on the Bridge, Zabuza returns, The Forest of Chakra, and my least favorite episode is The Land Where a Hero Once Lived. And now we come to our mostly objective, well, our series ranking so far. Mostly objective ranking has a score of 125 out of a possible 190. And then the personal ranking has 102 out of a possible 190 so far. But with that, we have now rewatched and ranked Naruto Prologue Land of Waves Arc, Episode 17, White Past Hidden Ambition. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you in the next episode.